This guide was requested by Payne Sherman. Before you start the video, just want to make sure to play on normal mode or higher for the skulls to be there. Also, if you use chapter select, that won't work either. You have to start from the very beginning and go find the skull that way. So let's get the first skull. This is Blind Skull. This is located on Sierra 117. When you encounter your first set of enemies, follow the waterway, and then once it goes off to the left, you want to go to the right and you will find the Blind Skull. I believe for the original Halo 3, this skull was a silver skull, I believe. But I think they changed all the skulls now to just regular. And now, not too long after, you'll get to this next section where you find the Pelican trying to land some troops down. In this area, you will find a bunch of trees to the right over the water. In one of these trees, you will find a missing link, so there's a monkey man hiding in the trees. I think you have to shoot him a few times to make the achievement pop, but I've already got the achievement, so you won't see it pop. Now the next one is once you get to the next area, it's very close from the previous location. Once you go into the jungle, this one's extremely easy to find compared to the first and last one. Now be very careful though, in this area there are a few snipers. So stay to the left, keep jumping up, and eventually you will find the next Easter egg. And now for the next achievement, this is the monkeys as well. When you get to the very last section of the level, when you go across the bridge. Now to the right side, on the cliff side, covered in bushes, you will find the monkey just sitting there, minding his own business. Of course, I don't think you need to shoot, but I've already got the achievement, so you won't see it pop. And now we're going to go for the Iron Skull. Now as you go across the bridge in the final area, there will be a platform that you can jump up to the right now. Now just follow this area all the way around and you'll find the Iron Skull tucked away around the corner. Now on to the crow's nest.
Tell everything else to scatter.
Black Eye.
Aye, aye.
The only achievement or the only things we're going to get on this one is 2 skulls. That's it.
We knew they'd find us.
So at the very starting location, we want to jump on top of this box. Then jump on top of the beams to the right. Or the left, whichever way you jump up the box. Then once you've done that, you want to do a crouch jump to get up on top of this. I mean, I can't really do a crouch jump because I'm using that flying ability thing, so I'm still going to try and do it as intended, but I have a little helping hand as well. Now, quite a ways in, you'll go down this hole and you will find mini buggers in this area. Once you've killed them all, do not drop down all the way to the bottom, but you have to slowly, very slowly, go off the edge and then grab onto the lip. Now the next goal is called Tough Luck. We're on the highway now. Eventually on this level, the highway, you will get onto a highway. There will be a pipe to the left with a ladder. There is 2 ways you can get to this goal. The easiest way is to the bottom and then jump across, or you can go to the top. For some reason I always went to the top when I played Halo, I don't know why. Then we want to drop down from the top and making sure you drop onto the slope. If you drop on the flat surface, you will die. And of course, if my memory serves me right, if you really want to, you can use the flying ability to grab all skulls.
I'll get the door, sir.
Now, mind the gap. This achievement I didn't do. I'm just showing you. Basically, we got to do this on legendary mode. We don't have to do co-op. It makes it easy if you do co-op. We need to have 4 warthogs across the bridge. So once you do the ramp over the bridge or the highway, that's where you need to be with 4 warthogs. I'm playing on easy mode, but it is required for you to play on legendary mode. And of course, yes, you can use that flying ability, and you need to have certain skulls equipped, like the Tough Luck, Thunder Skull, and sorry, it's Cowbell, the Catch, Thunderstorm, and Mythic, and Tough Luck Skull. All these skulls must be equipped to get this achievement.
They're falling back! You picked me up! Now you're dead!
That's the next warhog, so that's number 2 so far.
Give me a close!
Okay, so the next warhog I don't show is to the right next to the tree right now. I don't actually find it until near the end.
By uncovering this relic, we pay homage to their glory. When dust settles, of course.
I said shotgun! Just put me in range! We're here to help!
So there's only one thing that I found in doing this level. This is the skull and it's
Kilo
called Cat.
2-3, this is forward unto dawn. I need a sit rep,
This is
Commander.
very recommended. You have to do it anyway. Some people don't tell you how to do it.
Sierra 117.
But for this skull, if you destroy all the wraiths in this area, the skull will disappear. You have to do it while the wraiths are still active. I don't know if you have to leave at least one alive, but I always leave 2 alive just to make sure.
The flood. It's spreading all over the
Now
city.
the next few things for
How do
this
we
level
contain it?
Find the
is
crashed
you're going to get the
floodship.
skull called Fog,
Overload its engine
and the
core.
next
We
achievement
either
called the
destroy
Millk
this city
Carton.
or risk losing the entire planet.
Do it.
Chief,
So
make
if you
your way
play
to the
Halo
crash
Rally, you
site.
know there's going to be a flood that jumps across here. We need to shoot the flood just before he jumps up. I do it completely wrong, but lucky enough he still dropped it for me. Because normally on the other Halo, if you shoot him while in midair, he throws the skull on top of the building so we can't get it. I want to call this guy Millk Carton from now on. But anyway, you'll find this poster at the end of the storm level, or you can get it at the very start of the flood level. Now the Ark. Once we have destroyed all the enemies and the 2 hunters in this area, you will drop down from a point of no return. Now as you go through the first door, go left
Chief,
and you will
I'm
find your
giving the
first
brutes
terminal
all I've got.
just to the right.
But this is a heavyweight fight. Dawn's only got the tonnage.
Now I'm
to
only
last
going to show
a
you
few
this
rounds.
once.
Find me a place to set her down.
As we go
Over.
into the terminal, I don't think it's recommended to look at all the text, but I always look at every single bit of text, so I'll quickly flick through it all if you don't want to read it, then leave it at the very end of the text. Now wait a little bit now until the terminal goes red. It will take you into another part of the terminal. Then once again, just to be certain, it's probably not needed though, but once you get to the end of that text, you will see like a fragment end or something, it says at the end of it, once you flick through it all. There we go. So I believe there's only one terminal that doesn't say that, and I can't remember which one yet. So now the first skull is called the Famine. It's located up here. So once you drop down from another point of no return, you will need to go right first. You have to go right. If you go left, then there's no point. It'll be a dead end for now. So jump on the rocks and then you can make it on top of this next platform. And also you need to have plasma grenades, so making sure you do have these before you get to this area. Yeah, I'm using infinite ammo, so I don't have to worry about not having plasma grenades. So all you have to do is do a grenade jump, making sure you don't die in the process. Now terminal number 2. Once we get inside, and then the monitor will open some doors for you. Now in this next room where you need to activate the bridge, there will be a terminal directly behind you.
Excellent. This way. Hurry to the cartographer.
From orbit.
And now terminal number 3.
Lies in
Once we
ruin.
have defeated your
Find
first
where the
scarab,
liar hides.
or your second scarab,
So I
sorry,
may place my boot between his gums.
We'll know soon
in the
enough,
bunker
Shipmaster.
where the scarab fight was, you will find some grav lifts.
Infantry
There should
on
be
the
3
spire.
total.
Pop him up.
We need one for the skull, so making sure you don't use his equipment. Because when you go inside, I believe you can't come back out. Now, as we go inside, the monitor will open doors again. Once you get to the bridge or the walkway going down, just jump down and go underneath it to find your next and final skull for this level. Or not skull, sorry, terminal. And now the next thing will be the Cowbell skull. If you haven't used your equipment, go for the next door you see and just follow the main objective. Now as we come down this walkway, we'll get a checkpoint, luckily enough. You want to throw your grav lift about a third away down the steps. Then making sure you jump at the right time, and this will launch up to the very, very tip of the top to find your Cowbell. Now on to the Covenant. So the terminal number 4 is located before you deactivate the first tower. So before you go up this elevator, look to the left and you'll find your next terminal. So if you're doing this from a story standpoint to get all the skulls and whatnot, don't do a chapter select because the next skull we're going to go for will not be there. So making sure you are starting from the very, very beginning of the level and continue all the way to this point. But for the Phantom Hunter, the achievement details state that we need to kill 3 phantoms in the level. It doesn't mean we've got to do it in a single run. We just got to find a phantom and destroy it 3 times. So once you kill the phantom, all you need to do is reload checkpoint and then do it again and again and again until you get the achievement. It's only 3 times you got to do it. And also, you can be a lot quicker than what I'm doing. Normally, if you're quick enough, you can get the phantom just before his head dropping the wraith off. Now, for the next skull, we need to have this. Well, I think it's called the Hornet. But there will be the tower to the right. This tower's already been conquered by the Covenant. But if you go here, I think Arbiter or someone says this tower's already been done. But on the tower itself, you'll find a Thunderstorm skull just to the left to us, on the very tippity top. And you'll find the next terminal located inside. And now the next terminal is located inside. And there it is. And now the last terminal for this level is located just before we deactivate the 3rd tower. So once we get to the next elevator that takes us up to the next tower location, we want to jump across just like the terminal number 4 was, and it's in the same place but just on the opposite end. This will be the last terminal for this level. Now, at the very, very end of the Covenant level, you'll be greeted by some Hornets that you need to get on. But for me, since I've got that flying skull on, I don't need them. But for you, if you're not using them skulls, then you need the Hornet to go over here.
I count 2 scarabs. Repeat,
Recommended as
2
well.
Scarabs.
When you get out the Hornets, the Master Chief will go to the left side at the Hornet, so you need to position it at the right angles just so it doesn't fall down. But for copyright reasons, I have turned all my music off. But when you get to this part of the area, because me and my friend played this co-op before, the music cue will just change and you'll hear another song play. Oh yeah, I forgot about this goal. Never mind, the last achievement wasn't the very end of the level. But this is pretty much the end of the level. So once we have gotten to the end of this bridge, so originally the flood was our friend. We got to the end of the bridge and then the flood was our enemy. Once we have gotten to that point, we need to jump through these halo rings in the Pacific order. If I'm not mistaken, there are 7 rings in total. So as you enter the area, the first ring you see will be the number 1 ring. So the order you have to go in is 4, 6, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4. And also you need to make sure you jump in the ring as you're going towards the bridge area. And once you've done all the rings successfully, the rings will start glowing up. If you don't see this, then you've done it wrong, or you haven't activated this bridge yet. So this room is very noticeable. You can't really miss it because you have to go directly through it. But in this room, you will notice that there's a transparent floor. This is when you know in the right area, and we need to find the Cortana's terminal. This would be the tune for the coin's fault.
It was the coin's fault.
And also in this same exact room,
Keep you safe.
but instead it's on the very top of this area, there will be a skull. This will be the tilt skull. So for one achievement, we're going to need the Cowbell. I don't think we actually need it, because since I'm flying around. But anyway, if you're not doing the flying around method, you need the Cowbell. But just before we carry on, go round the corner and then do another tight turn to the right, and you will find the Mythic Skull. Now the next and final terminal is terminal number 7. Also, I forgot to mention, you need to play on legendary mode for this terminal because you get 2 achievements for it. So this is the correct way to go, to the left. Ignore that, keep going around to the right.
Where are you going?
And go into this building. Now as we enter, the Cowbell is needed to the right, but let's get the terminal first.
Wait,
to get the
what's
achievements
that?
out of the way. I've already got all the achievements here, so you won't see them pop up. But if you're on legendary, as I'm not, but I'm going to let you know, if you're on legendary, you will get 2 achievements here, or I think 3 maybe. It's the same procedure, wait for the thing to go red, and then if you're on legendary, it'll give you another screen. And you'll get the achievement for that. And then go through the terminal, and then eventually you'll get the achievement for finding all terminals. Now for this achievement, this is the Cowbell one. So like I said, I don't really need it, I can fly. Fly across the way, and then go left. And in the corner you will find this man, I think he's in one of the cutscenes as well. This is heading to his destiny. Now the final achievement we're going to find for this level in the entire campaign is called Storybook. So once we get onto the very end of the level, so this is just before you jump onto the ship. Yeah, I'd like to inform you though, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can get this story and get to the ship. You don't. So just before the ship, go around the corner and you will find this loathsome grunt and he'll start trash talking you
Demon!
and
The
give you a
church
little bit of
store
story.
called, and they're all out of you!
But then eventually,
Who are
once the
you?
achievement does pop,
Stolen at the
then
age of
everything
6
behind
and
you is fallen
conscripted
already.
into
So
the
you're probably going to
military.
die and have to redo this part again, but
Okay, look,
This
you
is
let
where
me
it's
live.
located.
I got the fist of Grunt. Look, I'll be the father. I'll polish your